What is up, everybody? Neil McDevitt here. I am excited for this video. You may have seen my last video talking about how we are officially entering the Techno renaissance and how beautiful things have happened, such as like Elon Musk being in the Department of Government Efficiency and removing a lot of the regulatory process that is kind of like constraining the United States from innovating at a fast enough pace to be able to solve our problems. But now we can do that. Now we're going to be able to do that. And I think we're going to enter probably the best time of acceleration this country will ever see. So given that video, I want to switch my YouTube channel up a little bit. Before I was kind of talking about like, what are the best things that are happening in the world and how can we make those things better? It was kind of like I was kind of cautious. I was a little scared. This powerful technology was coming and I was worried it'd be done wrong. But now I have confidence that it'll be done correctly, because if you look at how the X platform is run, not many people like the X platform because there's a lot of political talk on there, because political talk isn't filtered on the X platform. It is filtered on Meta. Mark Zuckerberg said that. He came out and said that directly. But it's not filtered away on X. So there is a lot of political talk on X. But besides that point, X is the only platform in the world right now that has an open sourced algorithm, so you can see what you're incentivized to view. And it also has decentralized community nodes, meaning bottom-up control of information propagation and not top-down control of information propagation. So if you're not on X, it's the only place in the world right now that you have free speech, at least at the time of recording this video. It's the only place in the world where objectively, mathematically, the speech is not constrained from a top-down source, a centralized source of people. It's the only platform on Earth, and you can actually go see and measure the evidence of this for yourself if you wanted to. You don't even have to find a different source. You as an individual can go see this. So objectively, is the only place on the internet in the world where you can have bottom-up control of speech, not top-down control of speech. So I recommend being on that platform. And seeing Elon doing something like that, like building the X platform like that is just objectively a positive for humanity, kind of makes me say, okay, things are going to work. Like things are going to go the correct direction now that we have somebody who's just a for humanity type of person in office. In the Department of Government Efficiency, the exact department that handles regulation. I am very confident in Elon's ability to handle the regulatory process of artificial intelligence. And if you think Elon's like a dictator or whatever, that's probably because you were finding your information on Google, Microsoft, maybe Meta, maybe other mainstream media sources. But if you went to the places where the distribution of information was broad, and you had a lot of variance in that distribution of information. I said information twice. But anyways, if you went to the proper place where it's mathematically more accurate due to statistical mechanics, you would realize that that was all false. That was a false narrative being propagated from a centralized group that had top-down control on the propagation of information. It's quite obvious if you actually do the math and you go to the place that has decentralized propagation of information. It's very obvious, actually, if you just stay open-minded and look at those things. But that's not what we're talking about in this video. I already talked about that in the last video. What I want to talk about is the next chapter for this YouTube channel. Like I said before, I was just talking about AI, the changes that are coming with AI. How should we be navigating these things? I know my channel is very small, and I had a very, very small say in what was happening, but I thought more people should be talking about it, so I was just trying to do the best I could to play my part. Now that I am very confident that AI is going to go in the correct direction, all I really need to do is focus on making myself as abundantly successful as possible so that I can afford longevity medication, make sure that my lifespan is increased to whatever the theoretical max becomes after we have very powerful AI. I think longevity, escape velocity could possibly be a thing in not too distant future. Maybe by the end of 2030 or the end of 2040, It wouldn't be out of the realm of not the end of 2030, by the end of the 2030s or the end of the 2040s. It's not outside of the realm of possibility that we have biotech that is powerful enough to drastically increase our lifespan. And if we can drastically increase our lifespan and civilization and technology continues to exist, then by the time we reach like 200, maybe we can extend it another 400 years. So we could already be in the window of longevity escape velocity. So that's kind of like the goal right now, is to maximize economic agency, maximize the resources that I have, make sure I can afford the biotech breakthroughs that are coming. Also, I want to be able to afford to buy very powerful computer chips in the future. I'm very confident that we're going to have open sourced models, very powerful open source models, especially considering the fact that the entire X algorithm is open sourced. If that open source trend continues, and also JD Vance, the vice president, wants to have open sourced AI, and so does literally everybody that knows anything about AI that is currently in office, they now want open source, not closed source, like the previous administration wanted. They wanted closed source AI, which isn't good. Now we have open source coming though, we could all have freedom, which is pretty beautiful. We'll all be able to have our own compute stacks at home. We'll all be able to run our own local powerful AI models. We'll all be able to have these biotech breakthroughs, because now, since we have Elon in the Department of Government Efficiency, Big Pharma and the extremely corrupt, slow, bureaucratic system that it is today will be reformed, and we'll actually get access to these longevity escape velocity drugs that allow us to have better lifespans, increased lifespans. So it's less about, moving forward, this channel is going to be more about how I am maximizing profits to ensure economic agency in the future. And I'm going to share every step along the way with you guys, so you guys can do the same. That is the goal. Yeah. It's going to be like a decent amount of planning. This is something I'm actually quite qualified for, because my past business was kind of like a high ticket premium community consulting business. And this is all I did, is I would talk to like 8-figure founders, sometimes 9-figure founders, and then sometimes 7 or 6-figure founders, or sometimes people that were just starting out in their entrepreneurial journey. And I would help people build companies, and I would build my own company doing this. So this is something I'm actually extremely, extremely excited for, and I'm extremely qualified for as well. And I'm, the future is going to be amazing. That's all I can say. And the best thing we can do right now is ensure that we are in the financial position to have the most autonomy and be able to access the most valuable assets in the future. I do think society will be less scarce in the future. This idea of a post-scarce society, I think it's may be possible one day. I don't know when that's going to be. So the best bet for myself right now is to maximize the amount of assets I can have, to make sure that I have access to the post-scarcity one day. And I think that's only logical, and I think that's what we should all be optimizing for. And I used to have this idea that I need to have the longest term vision ever, which used to work. It used to be possible to have like an extremely long-term vision, like 30, maybe 20 to 30 year vision, and just start working on that. That used to be possible. But now with this industrial revolution that is upon us, you can't really have that type of vision, especially since AI is something that changes things so much that we don't even know what is going to be on the other side of this. Especially if you extrapolate out towards like the singularity, we don't know what's on the other side of the singularity. Therefore, you shouldn't be planning for something that is beyond the singularity. So the best thing we can do now is to plan for the next 5 to 10 years, make as much money as possible, ensure that we get access to the best assets, the best compute, the best longevity escape velocity drugs, and that's pretty much it. And at that point, we're good. We're going to make it. So yeah, that's really what I want to switch the channel to. So I'm going to talk a lot about business, the businesses that I am starting, the businesses that I plan on helping you guys start. I want to talk about crypto markets because I think cryptocurrency is the future, especially with this new administration. I think blockchain technology, decentralized finance, and cryptocurrency as a whole is going to be something that is actually implemented and not just there. Right now, it's a very premature market, very premature. But there are certain sectors in crypto that are becoming quite mature. Bitcoin's obviously pretty mature now. Certain gaming coins are in the premature stage, but are going to slowly becoming more mature, especially as things like VR improve. There's going to be a lot of great opportunities in the market for either investment opportunities or to just build proper businesses. And building the businesses will be far easier than it has ever been before because of artificial intelligence and all of these new technologies. So that's going to be what the channel is focusing on in the future. If you have any questions or anything you want me to cover in future videos, let me know in the comments. I just wanted to make this quick video to give you guys an update because we're entering the techno renaissance and things are going to be sick. I'm excited. I'm excited. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Talk to you later.